pick up some flags.
And some youngsters out there. They'll be throwing out the first pitches for this ball game to several different members of the Chaparrals Ball Club.
Chaps guys, I don't know who's going to throw it at who, so.
And they're getting set.
1, 2,
and now they all toss towards home plate.
4. I like that one, bowling.
One more still to go, and inadvertently she hit Phil.
There we go.
But
that
makes
was pretty decent right there.
Makes a good effort on the second toss, so the pregame ceremony is
here.
concluded, and the Marshfield Chaparrals
Really
will not take the field for the ball game this evening. Chaparrals defensively tonight. At first base, Brent Eastad. At second base, Al Lalakata. At shortstop, Isaiah Byrel. At third base, Andrew Saraki. The right fielder is Logan Hamolka. In center field, Preston Wagner. In left field, Colin DeBoer. The catcher is Luke Wirtz, who's also the team manager. And on the mound for the Chaparrals tonight is Sean Bryant. Chaparrals in blue jerseys, Everest in green. And it should be a good ball game this evening. Chaparrals 3-3 overall, 2-2 in Dairyland League Baseball heading into this matchup tonight. Chaparrals, by the way, back in action on Sunday. Have a ball game on Sunday against the Minocqua Ball Club up in Minocqua starting at 1:30 on Sunday afternoon. Some good Dairyland League baseball teams in the area this season. Abbotsford Merchants having a good year. Kind of a late start for the Pittsville River Bandits because of their state championship appearance at the WIAA Division IV state tournament last week. Now Coach Rayburn getting his lineup and his roster pretty much situated, so they'll be getting their season underway in earnest in the next week or so. Right-hander Sean Bryant concluding his warm-up throws as we get set for baseball here at Jack Hackman Field. Pretty comfortable. If you stop by this evening, you might want to bring a sweater or a light jacket, but should not be too much of a burden beyond that. Temperatures in the 60s, wind not significant. So as long as it stays dry, should have a good evening for baseball, and as of right now, the forecast calls for dry conditions, even though the clouds are rather dark. That should not be an issue for the ball game this evening. Marshfield, by the way, here with a 10-man roster this evening. Cole Hediger on the bench. Everest has a 13-man roster, as sometimes during the summer baseball season that roster number becomes an issue for ball clubs. Sometimes they can't field a full team, but we'll have no problem with that issue tonight. We're set to begin this ball game, and center fielder Wade Farmer leads off for the Everest Merchants, batting left-handed against Marshfield right-hander Sean Bryant. Sean working from the windup into his motion, and he now delivers. And a fastball misses outside for ball one. Play underway here at Jack Hackman Field, Marshfield, and Everest in Dairyland League Baseball tonight. Here is the 1-0 delivery, and that rides high for a ball, 2 balls, no strikes. Right-hander Sean Bryant on the mound for the Marshfield Chaparrals in this matchup this evening. Tall right-hander. Sean ready, now delivers 2-0. That's hit foul to the screen. Count 2 balls, 1 strike. Lots of youngsters at the ballpark this evening, taking in baseball here at Jack Hackman Field. Farmer back in there. And Bryant winds and delivers. Hit high in the air to deep center field. Wagner goes way back. This ball is over his head and to the warning track. Farmer to second base. Rounding second, he'll try for third, and he'll get there safely. A game-opening triple for Everest center fielder Wade Farmer. Hit to the deepest part of this ballpark in dead center field and well past center fielder Preston Wagner. Riley Bellman normally plays center field for the Chaparrals, but the Chaparrals don't lose a lot with Preston. Very fine center fielder, good speed. And even he could not catch up with that one. Now here's the left fielder, Jackson Albee, standing in. Bryant throws here, low and outside, ball 1. Bryant now working from the stretch position. Luke Wirtz catching tonight. The Chaparrals manager also catching in this ball game. 1 ball, no strikes on Jackson Albee. Bryant sets himself and throws on the outside corner, called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Both managers in the starting lineup this evening, Luke at catcher and Tom Fish playing second base for the Everest Ball Club. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Bryant throws again, breaking ball, falls low for a ball, 2 balls, 1 strike. Bryant again from the stretch. Gets set and delivers. Hit deep but fouled on the right field line to the first base side bullpen, out of play. And the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rather dark evening, but dry so far, and the lights are on here at Jack Hackman Field. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Bryant ready, throws once again. Low, blocked nicely by Wirtz, as that ball squirts away, but not very far. And the count on Jackson Albee now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Siraki at third base, hanging out near the bag, looking for a possible pickoff throw. So a big gap on that left side. 3-2 pitch on the outside corner for a called strike 3. Albee called on strikes for out number 1.
Now batting for the Merchants, number 20, Ryan Hubacek.
Here's the Everest DH, Ryan Hubacek. Batting right-handed. Real veteran ball player. He's played for the Everest Ball Club for a number of years. Real mainstay in their organization. Bryant gets set and throws, misses high and tight for ball 1. No score, Everest batting, top of the first. Runner at third base and 1 out. 1 ball, no strikes on Ryan Hubacek. Sean Bryant working from the stretch. Delivers. High and tight for a ball, 2-0. Well, a Major League Baseball record was set on this date in 1986 by Giant second baseman Robbie Thompson. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Bryant throws once again, a long drive down the left field line. DeBoer comes over, crosses the foul line, gets there, and makes the catch in foul ground. Farmer will tag and score. RBI sacrifice foul fly for Ryan Hubacek. Farmer scores on the play. And Everest grabs a 1-0 lead. That ball was caught in foul territory in the deep left field corner. And Hubacek scores easily on that play. 2 outs, base is empty. And catcher Taylor Lemansky now batting for Everest. Pitch by Bryant, a swing and a miss for strike 1. So Everest leads this ball game 1-0 as they bat top of the first. Base is empty and 2 outs. 0-1 on Taylor Lemansky. And the pitch by Bryant. Hit high in the air to deep left center field. That's in the gap between the outfielders. And it looks like it's gone for a home run. Taylor Lemansky homers to deep left center field. And Everest on top 2-0. So Sean Bryant being hit hard early in the ball game. The long triple and now a home run by Taylor Lemansky. And the Merchants on top early, 2-0 in this ball game. Third baseman Andrew Baranowski now stands in. Bryant gets set and delivers. There's a big curveball hit in the air towards right center field. Homolka comes on quickly, but called off by the second baseman Al Alicata. He'll grab it to end the inning. Everest in the first.
Okay.
2 runs on 2
Taking it
hits,
out
no
short.
errors, no one left on base. After 1 half inning of play, our score is Everest 2, and the Marshfield Chaparrals coming to bat. More baseball coming up following these messages.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eclair.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Join the Gross family of satisfied customers at Gross Buick in Marshfield. Come see their large selection of cars, trucks and SUVs on the Marshfield lot. Or find it at grossauto.com, and we'll have it delivered to Marshfield for your convenience. You'll love their people and state-of-the-art service department, where service guests get a free courtesy car. Top it all off with the Gross lifetime engine warranty on most vehicles. Gross Buick of Marshfield.
On Sports Radio 92.3 FM, WOSQ. Marshfield and Everest baseball action tonight at Jack Hackman Field. The Everest defense for this evening at first base is Connor Langben. At second base, Tom Fish. At shortstop, Cameron Zabel. At third base, Andrew Baranowski. The right fielder is Garrett Shoup. The center fielder, Wade Farmer. In left field, Jackson Albee. The catcher is Taylor Lemansky, and on the mound, right-hander Josh Nielsen. Chaparrals come to bat, bottom half of the first.
Chaparrals. Number 2, Isaiah Byrol.
Leadoff man is shortstop Isaiah Byrol, batting right-handed. Isaiah digs in against Josh Nielsen. Nielsen working from the stretch here. And he delivers. Over for a call and strike 1. Everest on top 2-0. Marshfield batting bottom half of the first here at Jack Hackman Field. 0-1 on Isaiah Byrol. Pitch on the way. Bit low for ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Some scores from the Wisconsin Rapids tournament earlier today. Marshfield Post 54 Blue Devils won their first round game this afternoon. There's a high hopper to the third baseline, gloved by Baranowski. Throws across the diamond in time for out number 1. Byer retired, the batter for Marshfield, left fielder Colin DeBoer. Marshfield Blue Devils won their ballgame with Stevens Point by a score of 12-2 in the first round this afternoon. Marshfield plays 2 games at Wisconsin Rapids tomorrow. They'll face Heartland at 1 o'clock and Appleton at 6 p.m. on Saturday. And then they'll take on Menominee Sunday at 11 a.m. Colin DeBoer now batting. Popped up on the left side. And Baranowski, the third baseman, backpedals and makes the play behind the third base bag for out number 2.
Now batting for the Chaparrals.
So the Marshfield Legion now 9-1 after a 12-2 win over Stevens Point earlier today. And Mike Steinwegner keeping tabs on that action for us this weekend at the Wisconsin Rapids Quadruplex. Right fielder Logan Homolka batting for Marshfield. Here's a swing and a miss for strike 1. Everest leads this ball game 2-0. Marshfield batting last half of the first. Bases empty and 2 outs. 0-1 pitch to Logan Homolka. Popped up again near third base. Baranowski again backpedals and makes the play to end the inning. So a quick first inning for Marshfield. Chaparrals get no runs on no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We've played 1 inning and our score is Everest 2 and Marshfield 0. Back with more baseball following these messages.
Tired of hearing about checking account features? So are we. It's more about what you can do with your money to live the life you want. Forward Bank puts your access to everything you need in the palm of your hand. Mobile deposit, recurring digital payments, transfer funds or pay a friend easily. Yes, our checking is free and includes all that you would expect. It's supported by your neighbors and friends at Forward, dedicated to serving our communities. Open online today at forward.bank.
Whether you need deep sleep, beauty sleep, or just need to sleep it off, Mall Furniture has a huge selection of double-sided comfort sleep mattresses. When it's time for a double, it's no trouble. You'll flip over our great prices. There's 2 great sides to this mattress story, and they're made right here in Wisconsin. It's double-sided or nothing.
Get your perfect comfort sleep mattress from Mall Furniture and Mattress, West 9th Street, Marshfield.
See you on the flip side.
Reality.
Stay with us for baseball action tonight. Marshfield Chaparrals and Everest Merchants meeting here at Jack Kaplan Field in Marshfield. Everest batting in the top half of the second, with their 6, 7, and 8 men due up against Marshfield right-hander Sean Bryant. Good job by the Marshfield Legion so far this year, now 9-1 after that win over Stevens Point earlier today. Leadoff man for Everest here in the second is pitcher Josh Nielsen. Stands in, batting right-handed.
Nielsen.
Nielsen digs in, Bryant working from the windup. Now winds and delivers. Popped up on the right side, and Easthead, the first baseman, will call and make the play for out number 1. 1 quick out in the Everest second. Shortstop Cameron Zabel now batting.
Now batting for the Merchants, your beer batter, number 32, Cameron Zabel.
Zabel batting right-handed. Sean Bryant ready. And he delivers. Low and outside, ball 1. We mentioned Robbie Thompson of the Giants setting a new Major League Baseball record on this date back in 1986. Next pitch on the way. Ground ball to the right side. Lalakata at second base, grabs it, throws to first base in time for out number 2. 2 quick outs in the Everest second. And first baseman Connor Langben now batting. On this date in 1986, Thompson became the only player in Major League Baseball history to be thrown out trying to steal 4 times in one game. Langben batting left-handed. Bryant gets set and delivers a big curveball high for ball 1. Everest on top here, 2-0. Merchants batting top of the second with the bases empty and 2 outs. 1 ball, no strikes on Connor Langben. Bryant ready once again. Winds and delivers. Over for call strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thompson thrown out trying to steal 4 times in that ball game by Cincinnati's Bo Diaz in the 4th, 6th, 9th, and 11th innings. Next pitch by Nielsen. Lined on the first base line and just inside the foul line into the right field corner for extra bases. Grabbed quickly by Homolka. The throw coming in off line, and it's a double for Connor Langben. Connor Langben with a line drive doubled on the right field foul line, just fair. But the Merchants have a base runner at second base with 2 outs for right fielder Garrett Shoup, the former Mosinee High School standout. Garrett hitting left-handed, open stance. Bryant ready and throws. Outside for ball 1. Giants did win that ball game, by the way, over Cincinnati, 7-6 in 12 innings. 1 ball, no strikes on Garrett Shoup. The pitch by Nielsen. Low for ball, 2 balls, no strikes. Everest now has 3 hits in this ball game, all extra base hits. A double, a triple, and a home run. 2-0 on Garrett Shoup. Nielsen from the stretch. Throws again, high and outside for ball 3. The count now 3 balls, no strikes. Bryant back in the stretch here. Now delivers 3-0. It's in there for a call and strike, 3-1. Lights are on as we approach the dusk hour here in central Wisconsin. Here's the 3-1 delivery. Line towards center field. Wagner comes on. Can't get there. It's a base hit. Langman running third base. He'll score easily. RBI single for Garrett Shoup. And Everest leads 3-0.
Now batting for the Merchants, number 26, Wade Farmer.
So a 2-out rally here for Everest in the second. Merchants lead by 3. And leadoff man Wade Farmer batting. He tripled to begin the ball game and later scored in that 2-run first inning. Nielsen checks the base runner. Now throws. Fly ball to center field. Preston Wagner drifting in to left center. Gets there, and he'll make the catch to end the inning. In the second for Everest, 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, they leave 1. We played 1.5 innings of baseball here at Jack Hackman Field, and our score is Everest 3, Marshfield nothing. More baseball coming up in just a moment.
Founded in 2011, Marshfield Fast Pitch is a competitive fast pitch softball club. Players range in age from 7 to 18 years old. They consist of girls from central Wisconsin and headquartered in Marshfield. Throughout the year, teams compete in tournaments locally, around the state, and nationally. During the winter, practices, lessons, and clinics are held at our indoor facility. 2025 tryout registration is happening now. Go to marshfieldfastpitch.com to get started.
I got referred to the orthodontist, and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here, and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Ruth Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
4, 5, and 6 hitters due up for Marshfield here in the second inning. Leadoff batter is catcher Luke Wirtz, batting cleanup in his own lineup tonight. Everest right-hander Josh Nielsen on the mound for the Everest Merchants. From the stretch, he delivers and misses low for ball 1. Everest now leads this ball game 3-0. Chaparral's batting last half of the second here at Jack Hackman Field. Here is the 1-0 delivery. That's chopped on the third base side, picked up by Baranowski. Fires to first base low, but dug out by Langman for out number 1. Well, Andrew Baranowski at third base now has handled 4 consecutive plays. 2 ground balls and 2 pop-ups. So he's a busy guy so far tonight. Here's the Marshfield pitcher, Sean Bryant, batting for the first time. Sean batting right-handed. And Nielsen delivers. Over for a call and strike 1. Well, looks like Dalton Varsho's return to the Toronto Blue Jays may be somewhat delayed with that hamstring injury. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Hit back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Sean Bryant with a ground ball single to center field, and the Chaparrals have their first base runner. And the batter now for Marshfield, center fielder Preston Wagner. Dalton pulled his hamstring a few weeks back in very late May, trying to come back from that injury and doing some baseball activities for the Blue Jays. Nielsen from the stretch throws over for a call and strike 1. Everest on top here, 3-0. Chaparral's batting in the last half of the second, 1 out and 1 on. 0-1 on Preston Wagner. Here's the pitch. Hit foul over the screen, 0-2. And a few days ago, Dalton was doing some running and some throwing and fielding some ground balls and felt a pull once again in that hamstring, so they shut him down immediately. 0-2 on Preston Wagner. Nielsen throws once again, chop behind home plate foul. So they'll wait several days and see how Dalton's doing. And if that hamstring improves, then they'll resume his workouts. And then at some point he'd be sent to a Blue Jays minor league ball club, either probably AAA Buffalo or their Class A farm club at Dunedin in the Florida State League near their spring training base. And he'll play several games on a rehab assignment. Runners going, curveball hit towards second base and knocked down by the second baseman. Fish gets up, throws to first base, but wide, and the ball goes down the right field line. Bryant off to third base, and Wagner takes second. Nice play by Fish at second base. He was covering the bag on the hit and run as Bryant took off, then to go back towards the first base side and dove and picked up the ground ball, but threw from a prone position and threw the ball by lineman at first base. So Wagner will get a likely infield hit on that play. Andrew Siraki, the batter. Infield hit and an error on Fish for the errant throw. Siraki batting. The pitch by Nielsen, over for a call and strike one. So give Wagner an infield hit. That puts Bryant at second base. And then the throwing error by Fish puts runners at second and third with only one out. The count on Siraki, 0-1. Nielsen throws again in the dirt for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. First error by either ball club tonight. And now a scoring chance for Everest. The Evergreens pull their infield in halfway. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Nielsen ready. Now fires a swing and a miss. 0-2. You're listening to Dairyland League Baseball on Sports Radio 92.3 FM, WOSQ, Spencer, Marshfield, and WOSQFM.com, as well as ZaleskiSports.com. Here's the 1-2 delivery. That's low and outside and blocked by the catcher Lemanski. Ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'm Gene Delisio at Jack Hackman Field watching Dairyland League Baseball tonight between Marshfield and Everest. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Andrew Siraki. And he digs in once again. Nielsen checks those base runners. And now fires. Low and outside for ball, 3-2. Dalton Varsho already missed part of the season early because of off-season shoulder surgery, so it's been a rough year for Dalton so far. Here's the 3-2 pitch on the way. Half swing. And the base umpire on appeal rules that he did not commit. And the pitch is ruled inside for ball 4. Siraki draws a base on balls to load the bases.
Number 16, Al Lalakada.
Bases loaded for Chaparral second baseman Al Lalakada. Now the Everest infield comes in. Lalakada batting right-handed. Nielsen working from the stretch again. Delivers across for a called strike 1. Everest on top 3-0. Marshfield batting bottom half of the second with the bases loaded and only 1 out. 0-1 on Al Lalakada. Nielsen gets set, throws again, over for a call and strike 2. 0-2. Hopefully sometime in early July we'll see Dalton Varsho back in the Toronto Blue Jays lineup. 0-2 on Lalakada. And the pitch on the way, a swing and a miss on a curveball for strike 3. Lalakada out on strikes, Nielsen's first strikeout tonight. With 2 men down, the Marshfield batter is first baseman Brent Eastad. Brent also batting right-handed. Now the Everest infield moves back to normal depth. Eastad digs in, Nielsen stays in the stretch. Sets and throws, swung on and missed for strike 1. Injury-plagued year so far for Dalton Varsho, but hopefully he'll be back soon while he rehabs this hamstring injury. Here's the 0-1 delivery, and that's a bit low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Marshfield Chaparrals with the bases loaded, 2 outs here in the second. Eastad stands back in there. Nielsen ready, throws once again, fouled back. Up and in fastball. And the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chaparral's trying to take advantage of a good scoring chance here. 1-2 on Eastad as he stands in there once again. Nielsen gets ready. And now delivers. And over for a called strike 3 to end the inning. So the Chaparrals load the bases with 1 out, but successive strikeouts thrown by Josh Nielsen keeps Marshfield off the scoreboard. Chaparrals in the second, no runs on 2 hits. 1 error, a walk, and 3 men left on base. After 2 innings, our score is Everest 3, Marshfield nothing. Back with more baseball following these messages.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC, and I am standing in our all-new Express Lane. Open now, no appointment necessary. Stop on in and get things like oil changes, filters, quick lubes. No appointment necessary. See you soon.
The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's fat bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net.
Good to have you with you for baseball action tonight on WOSQ and ZaleskiSports.com. Marshfield and Everest meeting in Dairyland League action this evening. Everest batting in the top half of the third, up by 3. Two, 3, 4 batters due up for the Everest Merchants here in the third inning against Marshfield right-hander Sean Bryant. Bryant has allowed 3 runs on 4 hits so far, and 3 of those hits have been hard-hit extra base hits. Left fielder Jackson Albee to lead off the Everest third inning.
Now batting for the Merchants, number 9, Jackson Albee.
Nielsen working from the windup. Sets and delivers. Low and outside, ball 1. It's Everest 3, Marshfield nothing. Everest batting, top of the third here at Jack Hackman Field. Now Nielsen winds and throws again in the dirt for a ball, 2 balls, no strikes. That's now 30 pitches for Sean Bryant this evening. Sean Bryant, tall right-hander, working from the windup. Now winds and delivers. A swing and a miss. 2-1. We mention when a pitcher is working from the windup or the stretch because so many these days go from the stretch at all times. Bryant does use the windup with no one on base. Throws a big curveball 2-1, misses high and tight for ball 3. 3-1. Usually you see that more often than not on the high school level, but seeing more and more of that on the upper levels of baseball as well. 3-1 delivery, over for a called strike, and the count now 3-2. Watching some Major League ball games this last week, and even the Major Leagues, some pitchers are using the stretch at all times. Full count pitch on the way. Foul back. And Albee stays alive at 3-2. Albee, the number 2 man in the Everest batting order tonight. Count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bryant gets a sign he likes. Now gets set and delivers. Popped up on the right side. Eastad, the first baseman, in foul ground, will glove it for the out. And Albee fouls out for out number 1. Everest batter is the DH Ryan Hubacek. Drove in a run with a sacrifice fly his first time up. Hubacek hitting right-handed. And Nielsen sets and throws over for, it looked like an umpire was pulling that arm up and he put it back down again. Just missed outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Ryan Hubacek. And Bryant throws once again. Breaking ball, misses high and tight for ball 2-0. Again, the Marshfield Post 54 American Legion baseball team won today at the Wisconsin Rapids tournament, beating Stevens Point 12-2. Nielsen fires once again, line to left center field, and falls for a base hit. Solid single for Ryan Hubacek. The 5th Everest hit tonight. And cleanup man Taylor Lemansky batting. Hit a solo home run his first time up. So Marshfield a win today in Legion baseball at Rapids, beating Stevens Point 12-2. So 2 more ball games for Post 54 on Saturday. Marshfield will play Heartland at 1 o'clock and Appleton at 6 p.m. Lemansky digs in. Pitch by Nielsen. Breaks across for a call and strike 1. Everest leads this ball game 3-0. Merchants batting in the top of the 3rd. 1 out, 1 on. 0-1 on Taylor Lemansky. Bryant throws once again. A breaking ball up and in for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 more ball games for Marshfield Legion tomorrow. Heartland at 1 o'clock. Appleton at 6 o'clock. And then Marshfield takes on Menominee Sunday at 11 in Wisconsin Rapids. 1-1 pitch, a big swing and a miss. 1-2. So the Marshfield Legion now 9-1. And they'll get in 4 ball games this weekend in Wisconsin Rapids. Lemansky digs in once again. The count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Short lead to first base by Hubacek. Nielsen still checks him. And the pitch on the way, hit foul down the right field line to the bullpen area, out of play. 1-2. Coach Metz doing a great job so far this year with this Marshfield Legion, with a 14-man roster off to a 9-1 start this year. 1-2 on Taylor Lemansky. Pitch on the way. Up and in for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lemansky, the cleanup man for Everest tonight, stands ready. Hubacek leads at first base. Here's the pitch. A big curveball, breaks high and tight for a ball. Lemansky flinched. I think he was concerned that he laid off the ball, and now it might be falling in the strike zone, but just missed. The count full, 3-2. Pitch on the way. High and outside for ball 4. Lemansky draws a base on balls, the first issued by Bryant tonight. Puts Everest base runners at first and second for the third baseman Andrew Baranowski, who popped to second his first time up.
Andrew Baranowski.
Baranowski hitting right-handed. Bryant ready, and he throws. Popped up into shallow right field. Homolka comes on quickly, called up by the second baseman, Lalakata. He'll grab it for the out. Baranowski pops up. That's out number 2. Runners hold their ground. And the Everest batter is pitcher Josh Nielsen. Nielsen popped to first base his first time up, and so he is 0 for 1. Big right-handed batter. Bryant again from the stretch. Now delivers. Over for a call and strike 1. Everest leads this ball game 3-0 as they bat top of the third. 2 out, 2 on. 0-1 on Josh Nielsen. And Bryant fires once again in there for a call and strike. Good pitch by Bryant. Man, he gets ahead 0-2. Everest looking to add to their lead right here. Nielsen back in there. And the pitch by Bryant. Popped up on the right side and foul ground. The catcher Wirtz near the backstop might have a play. He does grab it to end the inning. Luke Wirtz handles that foul pop-up to retire the side. In the third for Everest, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, a walk, and 2 men left on base. We played 2.5 innings, and our score is Everest 3, Marshfield 0. Back to Jack Hackman Field and more baseball in just a moment.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield has tasty char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between. Check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See Chips' complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream, all served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield. Be a champ and have a chipperific day.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauernfeind Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Baseball tonight at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Marshfield and Everest meeting in Dairyland League action tonight. Marshfield batting in the last half of the third. Top of the batting order due up against Everest right-hander Josh Nielsen. Shortstop Isaiah Byral standing in to lead off the Marshfield third. Isaiah bounced to third his first time up. He is 0 for 1.
Now batting for the Chaparrals, number 2, Isaiah Byral.
Isaiah stands in against Josh Nielsen. Nielsen working from the stretch. He delivers. Over for a call and strike 1. It's Everest 3, Marshfield 0. Chaparrals batting last half of the third here at Jack Hackman Field. Now the 0-1 pitch on the way. Hit fouled on the right field line into the bullpen area, out of play. 0-2. Nice crowd on hand tonight for baseball. The Chaparrals and the Everest Merchants in this matchup tonight here at Jack Hackman Field. 0-2 on Isaiah Byral. Nielsen stays in the stretch here and throws a breaking ball. Nasty break on that pitch, but missed low for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chaparrals at the top of their batting order up here in the third inning. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Nielsen fires a breaking ball, another nasty pitch. And that's in there for a call and strike 3. Gets away from the catcher. Tossed to first base in time for the out. That ball caught the inside corner for a call and strike. Got away from the catcher, Lemansky. But he tossed it down to first base for out number 1. That's 3 straight strikeouts now for Nielsen. Marshfield batter is the left fielder Colin DeBoer. Popped to third his first time up. He is 0 for 1. DeBoer hitting left-handed. And the pitch by Nielsen on the outside corner for a call, strike one. Major League Baseball action Saturday on Sports Radio 92.3 FM WOSQ. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Fly ball to center field. Farmer going back in deep left center field. This ball's over his head to the warning track. DeBoer to second base, and he'll stay right there. A long double to center field for Colin DeBoer. Marshfield's third hit. The Chaparrals have a man at second base with one out.
Now batting for the Chaparrals, number 4, Logan Homolka.
Logan Homolka playing right field for Marshfield tonight. Now stands in. Batting left-handed. DeBoer at second base takes his lead. Nielsen will look at him. Look at him again. And now the pitch. Hit foul to the screen for strike one. Everest leads this ball game 3-0 as Marshfield bats bottom half of the third. Base runner at second base and one out. No balls, one strike on Logan Homolka. Logan batting left-handed, digs in once again. Nielsen ready. And now delivers. Over for a call and strike, 0-2. Tomorrow on WOSQ, the St. Louis Cardinals and Cleveland Guardians from Cleveland. Our broadcast 2:30 tomorrow on Sports Radio 92.3 FM WOSQ. Nielsen getting set. Now the 0-2 delivery. Low and inside for ball, 1-2. We seem to be seeing more and more pitchers this year who really take their time between pitches with runners on base. Nielsen in no hurry here. Now gets set for the 1-2 pitch. And delivers. And just missed outside for ball, 2-2. Logan Homolka, former baseball standout at UW-Stevens Point, handles the bat quite well. So a real threat up there with that base runner at second base. Now the 2-2 delivery. That's outside for ball 3. Count now full 3-2. The Chaparrals have not scored yet. They had a big chance last inning. Bases loaded and one out, but could not score. Trying once again here in the third. Nielsen ready. Full count pitch. A curveball whacked foul to the screen. Count stays 3-2. Homolka back in there, batting left-handed, slightly open stance. Now Nielsen checks DeBoer at second base. Checks him again. And the full count pitch rides high and outside for ball 4. Second walk issued by Josh Nielsen. And the Chaparrals have base runners at first and second with only one out for catcher Luke Wirtz. Luke bounced to third his first time up. He is 0 for 1. Luke batting right-handed. Nielsen back to the stretch. He'll check the base runners. And now delivers. Over for call, strike one. Everest infield stays back. Normal depth here, looking for a double play if possible. The count on Wirtz, 0-1. And Nielsen ready, fires once again. Breaking ball got the inside corner. Call strike 2, good pitch by Nielsen. And he gets ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. He's thrown some pretty nasty breaking balls tonight. And there was one right there. Wirtz down on the count, 0-2. Nielsen gets set once again. And now delivers. Fastball, foul at the plate. Wirtz stays alive at 0-2. Rather lively crowd tonight. Fans enjoying themselves here at Jack Hackman Field, watching the Chaparrals and the Everest Merchants this evening. Still 0-2 on Luke Wirtz. Nielsen gets ready and steps off. Runners back to their bases. DeBoer at second and Homolka at first. And now Wirtz in there once again. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Line towards left field. Albee comes on, can't make the play. It falls for a base hit. And DeBoer not stopping as he crosses home plate with a run. RBI base hit for Luke Wirtz. And Marshfield now trails 3-1. You would think that DeBoer would be cautious at third base because that ball may have been caught by the third left fielder, Albee. But Colin did not hesitate with that play in front of him. He could see that Albee had no play. And so he hustles home from second base on the RBI base hit by Luke Wirtz. And Marshfield trails 3-1. Homolka stops at second base on that play. Here's left fielder, or the pitcher rather, Sean Bryant, singled his first time up. Nielsen gets set and throws, nubbed, foul behind home plate for strike one. So the Everest lead now 3-1. Marshfield batting in the bottom half of the third. Runners at first and second, and only one out. No balls, one strike on Sean Bryant. Nielsen again checks the base runners. Big curveball breaks high and tight for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chaparrals now have 4 hits against Nielsen. He's also walked 2 men tonight. Here is the 1-1 delivery. Low and outside, knocked down by the catcher Lemansky to advance. The count now 2-1. Chaparrals trying to put together a few hits here. Get back in the ball game. They're back to within 2. 2 balls, 1 strike on Sean Bryant. And Nielsen fires once again. In there for a called strike. And the count now 2-2. Tight ball game this evening. Marshfield and Everest meeting in Dairyland League Baseball tonight. 2-2 on Sean Bryant. Nielsen ready once again. Now spins and bluffs Homolka back to second base. Nielsen back on the rubber once again. And now throws 2-2. And just missed the one outside for ball 3. Count now full 3-2. A long inning here for Josh Nielsen. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Sean Bryant. Runners take their leads. And pitch on the way, a big swing and a miss. Good inside fastball by Nielsen. And Bryant out on strikes. 4 strikeouts for Josh Nielsen tonight. Preston Wagner batting, reached base on infield hit and a throwing error his first time up. 1 for 1. Right-hander Josh Nielsen throwing for the Everest Merchants this evening. From the stretch, he delivers. Over for a called strike 1. Chaparrals have had their chances, as we mentioned. Have the bases loaded with 1 out in a second and could not score. 0-1 pitch on the way. Nubbed foul behind home plate. Count goes 0-2. As Nielsen tries to pitch out of this jam here in the Chaparrals' third. Wagner stands back in there. Wirtz at first base, not being held. Here's the 0-2 delivery. A swing and a miss to end the inning. And Nielsen now has fanned 5 tonight. In the third for Marshfield, 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, a walk, and 2 men left on base. Our line score through 3 innings, Everest, 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, 3 men left on base. For For Marshfield, 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. The Chaparrals have left 5. We'll come back to Jack Hackman Field and more baseball in just a moment.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
During and after the sale at Courtesy Auto and Truck Center in Stanley.
Baseball tonight here at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Marshfield Chaparrals and the Everest Merchants meeting in this Dairyland League contest this evening. You're listening to Dairyland League Baseball on Sports Radio 92.3 FM, WOSQ, Spencer, Marshfield, and WOSQFM.com, as well as ZaleskiSports.com. I'm Gene Delisio at Jack Hackman Field. Everest on top of this ball game 3-1 as Everest bats in the top half of the 4th inning. Phil Hiller from Hiller's True Value Hardware is here, passing out some American flags, and he and his crew will be doing that this week, as they have done for several years, to celebrate the 4th of July, planting American flags in the lawns of homes and businesses throughout central Wisconsin. One of the things we all look forward to every year, getting up and seeing those flags on the lawn every year. Cameron Zabel batting for Everest against Sean Bryant. Takes a breaking ball up and in for ball 1. Everest leads this ball game 3-1. Merchants batting top of the 4th here at Jack Hackman Field. Now Bryant's 1-0 pitch on the way. Rides high for ball, 2-0. By our count, Bryant now has thrown 51 pitches for the Chaparrals tonight. Of course, on this level, there is no pitch limit, as there would be in American Legion baseball or high school baseball. 2-0 pitch, curveball over his head for ball 3, but you do like to keep track on that pitch count to determine if a pitcher is tiring, how far he has gone so far. And Bryant now with 52 pitches, and we're in the 4th inning. 3 balls, no strikes to count. Bryant winds and fires once again, up and in for ball 4. And Zabel walks on 4 pitches to open the Everest 4th inning. Everest batter is first baseman Connor Langben. He doubled and scored his first time up. Langben hitting left-handed. Bryant from the stretch, short lead by Zabel. Here's the pitch, breaking ball high and outside for ball 1.
He's got something in his hand.
So Bryant misses the strike zone with 5 straight pitches to open the Everest 4th inning. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Bryant ready and fires, fouled back. 1-1. 7, 8, 9 men due up for Everest here in the 4th inning. Langben stands in once again. Zabel off first base. Held there by Eastad. The pitch is on the inside corner for a call and strike 2. Langben behind, a ball and 2 strikes. Everest has 5 hits in this ball game, 3 of those extra base hits. Now the 1-2 delivery. High for a ball, 2-2. And that includes 1 solo home run by Taylor Lemansky back in the first inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Connor Langbet. Bryant gets his sign from Luke Wirtz. Now gets set and throws once again, high for ball 3. Count full 3-2. Luke Wirtz, the Marshfield manager and former college player, had a good career at Concordia University of Mequon. Played some infield and caught some for the Falcons a few years ago, so he knows that catching spot. And now the full count pitch on the way, a swing and a miss. That pitch may have been ball 4, was up and in, but Langben offered, and he is out on strikes, the second strikeout thrown by Bryant tonight. 1 down. The batter now for Everest is right fielder Garrett Shoup. Produced a run-scoring base hit his first time up. Garrett also batting left-handed. Bryant throws over for called strike 1. Everest batting top of the 4th. They lead 3-1, 1 out, 1 on. No balls, 1 strike on Garrett Shoup. Sean Bryant working from the stretch. Now delivers. Up and in for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dairyland League Baseball tonight on WOSQ and ZaleskiSports.com. Brought to us by Chips Hamburgers on South Central Avenue in Marshfield. Bryant throws again. Soft line drive to second base. Caught by Lalicata. Tossed back to first base just late. Zabel off with the pitch. Almost doubled up, but dives back in safely. Shoup lines out to second base. That's out number 2. Leadoff man Wade Farmer batting for the Everest Merchants. Farmer has doubled and scored. And fly to center. He's 1 for 2. Also batting left-handed. Nielsen checks the base runner. Throws a big curveball high and outside for ball 1. Chips Hamburgers of Marshfield featuring their fresh and instant service. Char-broiled hamburgers with walk-in or drive-up available. Next pitch in the dirt, squirms away, and Zabel takes second base. Count on Farmer now 2-0. That ball was in the dirt, so it's a wild pitch charge to Bryant. And Everest now is a base runner in scoring position. 2-0 on Wade Farmer. And Nielsen throws again, high for ball 3, 3-0. Three balls, no strikes on Wade Farmer. Digs in once again. Zabel leads at second base. And Bryant throws on the outside corner, call and strike, 3-1. Farmer with a long triple to dead center field to open the ball game tonight. Here's the 3-1 delivery. That's high for ball 4. Third walk issued by Sean Bryant this evening. Base runners at first and second for left fielder Jackson Albee, who was struck out and fouled out tonight, 0 for 2. Bryant stays in the stretch here and delivers. Misses high for ball 1. Everest leads it 3-1 as they bat top of the 4th. 2 out, 2 on. 1 ball, no strikes on Jackson Albee. Bryant again from the stretch. Now fires over for a called strike. Count now 1 ball, 1 strike. Everest looking to expand their lead. They're up by 2 here in the 4th inning. Count on Albee, 1-1. And Bryant fires once again. Misses low and outside for a ball. 2-1. By the way, since this is a league contest, this is a 9-inning ball game tonight here at Jack Ackman Field. 2-1 on Jackson Albee. He digs in once again. And Bryant throws. Hit down the right field foul line. Homolka comes over, gives chase, but the ball falls in foul ground at a play. Long run for Logan. Could not get there as the ball went into foul ground. Did fall on the field of play, but in foul territory. So Albee comes back with a 2-2 count. The runners back to their bases. Zabel returns to second base, and Farmer back to first. Albee stands back in there, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bryant ready once again. And now delivers a big curveball. Breaks a bit high for ball. Pretty close, but just high. The count now full 3-2. And with 2 men down, the base runners will be on the move with the pitch. 3-2 on Jackson Albee. Bryant ready and throws, fouled back. Got one in on the fists and slapped it foul to the screen. Albee's been 3-2 now on each of his first 3 at-bats tonight. He digs in once again. Runners take their leads. 3-2 with 2 outs. And Bryant now throws again. High for ball 4 to load the bases. Bases loaded for Ryan Hubacek. Zabel takes third base. Farmer goes to second. Albee to first. And Bryant has now walked 3 here in the 4th inning. Bases loaded for Ryan Hubacek, the Everest DH. He has knocked home run with a sacrifice fly and also singled. Bryant throws. That ball hit in the air to shallow left field. Byral out, DeBoer in. Byral calls and makes the catch from his shortstop spot in shallow left field to end the inning. So the Merchants load the bases, but they do not score here in the 4th. Everest with no runs on no hits, no errors, 3 walks, and 3 men left on base. Now after 3.5 innings of play, our score is Everest 3 and Marshfield 1. And more baseball coming up following these messages.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken has been voted best pizza in Marshfield 16 years in a row. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken is ready for your call now. Choose drunken chicken, BLT, Western, mac and cheese, sweet chili chicken, and more. Plus, Scotty's has broasted chicken, fish sandwiches, salads, and desserts. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715-384-8118 and scottyspizza.com.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
Nasonville Dairy Cheeses have earned several local and international awards. Experience their cheese at your favorite grocery or cheese store.
It's baseball tonight at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Marshfield and Everest meeting in the Dairyland League contest tonight. Marshfield batting bottom half of the 4th, trailing by 2 runs.
Now batting for the Chaparrals, number 18, Andrew Siraki.
Leadoff man for Marshfield here in the 4th is third baseman Andrew Siraki. Walked his first time up. Josh Nielsen on the mound for Everest tonight. Sets and throws over for a called strike 1. Everest on top 3-1. Marshfield batting bottom half of the 4th here at Jack Hackman Field. 0-1 on Andrew Siraki. The pitch by Nielsen. A swing and a miss. Good fastball by Nielsen. That's his 55th pitch tonight. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Siraki digs in once again. Nielsen gets set and fires. Over for a call, strike 3. Nielsen now with 6 strikeouts tonight.
Number 16, Al Lalakata.
Second baseman Al Lalakata stands in. He struck out his first time up 0 for 1. Nielsen stays in the stretch at all times. And now fires over for called strike one. Lots of baseball tomorrow on ZaleskiSports.com, including ball games from that Wisconsin Rapids Legion tournament. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Breaking ball across for called strike, 0-2. Marshfield plays Heartland at 1 o'clock and Appleton at 6. And both games will be seen tomorrow on ZaleskiSports.com. Now the 0-2 pitch on the way. Low and inside for a ball, 1-2. Also from Rapids on Saturday, Appleton versus Stevens Point at 1 o'clock. Kaukauna and Wisconsin Rapids at 3:30. Nielsen throws 1-2. Saw pop up towards second base, one hopped by Fish. Throws to first base in time for the out. Avocado retired for out number 2. And the first baseman, Brent Eastad, now batting. Brent, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Also, Stevens Point to Menominee at 3:30 tomorrow. At 6 o'clock, the Marshfield-Appleton contest, as well as Rapids and Heartland, all tomorrow from Wisconsin Rapids on ZaleskiSports.com. Brent Eastad stands in for Marshfield. Nielsen gets ready and throws. Down low for ball 1. Everest on top in this ball game, 3-1. Marshfield batting bottom half of the 4th. Bases empty and 2 outs. 1 ball, no strikes on Brent Eastad. It's a fly ball towards center field. Farmer comes on, gets there, makes the catch to end the inning. Marshfield in the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. Now through 4 innings, our score is Everest 3 and Marshfield 1. Back to Jack Hackman Field and more baseball following these messages.
Take your valuable possessions from outdoors to indoors with help from ShedsDelivered.com. It's your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. Headquartered in Loyal, Rod and April make it easy. Just visit ShedsDelivered.com to design your perfect structure. With short lead times and free delivery and installation, Sheds Delivered is the smart choice for outdoor storage. That's ShedsDelivered.com. Go today.
Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center. The tools you trust from the people you can depend on. Shop the store within a store and find what you're looking for.
That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Now that's what I was looking for.
Looks like you found what you're looking for.
We redesigned our store to offer the biggest selection of Milwaukee tools.
A selection so big you'll need a map to find your way out.
Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center.
Please stay with us for Dairyland League Baseball tonight on WOSQ and ZaleskiSports.com. Everest batting in the top half of the 5th, leading by 2 here at Jack Hackman Field. Sean Bryant on the mound for Marshfield has now thrown 74 pitches through 4 innings. Pleasant evening, temperatures in the upper 60s. The breeze quite light. Lots of cloud cover, but nothing threatening up there. Our first train of the evening going by, just behind us, on the tracks through Marshfield.
Now batting for the Merchants, number 27, Taylor Lemansky.
Leading off the Everest 5th is the catcher Taylor Lemansky. He has walked and homered. Solo home run back in the first inning. Everest has 5 hits tonight, 3 of those extra base hits. Bryant winds and delivers. Big curveball up and in for ball 1. Everest leads this ball game 3-1. Merchants batting in the top of the 5th here at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Now the 1-0 delivery on the way. Fastball low for a ball, 2 balls, no strikes. Everest scored 2 in the first on a triple. Sacrifice fly, and then Lemansky's solo home run. Nielsen winds and delivers once again. Fly ball to deep center field. Wagner going back, way back to the warning track, reaches up and grabs it against the fence for the out. Lemansky almost puts another one out of here, but Preston Wagner goes back to deep center field, makes the play for out number 1. Batting next for Everest is the third baseman Andrew Baranowski, who has twice popped Lalicata at second base. He's 0 for 2. Nielsen winds and delivers. Over for called, strike 1.
Now batting for the Merchants, number 3, Andrew Baranowski.
Baranowski batting right-handed. And Nielsen throws up and in for a ball. 1-1. On this date back in 1977, Willie McCovey became the first player in baseball to hit a home run or 2 home runs in 1 inning. Here's a long drive to center field. Wagner comes in now and gets there for the out. So Preston Wagner handles 2 fly balls to open the Everest 5th. That's out number 2. And the Merchants batter is pitcher Josh Nielsen. Nielsen has popped to first and fouled the catcher. He's 0 for 2. The Giants beat the Reds on this date back in 1977, 14-9. McCovey hit 2 home runs in the 6th inning. Bryant gets set and delivers. Fly ball to center field again. Wagner going back to deep left center field, gets there and grabs it to end the inning. So Preston Wagner handles 3 fly balls in center field, and Everest goes quietly here in the 5th. The Merchants with no runs on no hits, no errors, no one left on base. Now after 4.5 innings of baseball, our score is Everest 3 and Marshfield 1. We'll come back to Jack Hackman Field and more baseball in just a moment.
Chili Implement, located just west of Marshfield, is your local Kubota dealer in central Wisconsin. They have it all, including farm tractors and the best-selling and #1 rated in durability and owner experience Kubota compact do-it-all tractors. And don't forget the versatile Kubota RTV utility vehicles, along with Kubota zero-turn mowers for the best lawn care equipment. Get them all at Chili Implement. Chili Implement is open Monday through Saturday. Call us or visit our website at chiliimplement.com.
At House of Heating, making your home comfortable is our biggest priority. That's why we offer dependable HVAC solutions and quality work in central Wisconsin. Our pros are knowledgeable in a wide variety of services so you can feel confident in your results. They'll offer the support you need, whether it's putting in a modern HVAC system or working on and maintaining your current unit. Get in touch with House of Heating at 715-384-3163 or contact houseofheating.com. House of Heating, heating and cooling the air you breathe.
We're at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield tonight for baseball action. Marshfield facing Everest in this Dairyland League contest. Marshfield batting bottom half of the 5th. Top of the order for the Chaparrals here in the 5th inning. Leadoff man is shortstop Isaiah Byrell. He is struck out and bounced to third, 0 for 2 on the evening. Josh Nielsen on the mound for Everest. Big right-hander. From the stretch, he delivers. Half swing, but that pitch is low for ball 1. Everest on top 3-1. Marshfield batting bottom half of the 5th here at Jack Hackman Field. Now the 1-0 delivery. A swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the batting order up for Marshfield here in the 5th inning. Byrell playing shortstop this evening. Stands in once again. And Nielsen delivers. Over for a called strike. Ball and 2 strikes. Beautiful evening here in central Wisconsin. That cloud cover seems to be burning off somewhat. Now Nielsen throws 1-2. A big curveball breaks just inside. Again, a nice pitch by Nielsen. He's had a lot of break on that curveball tonight. He thought they got that one in the strike zone. And our plate umpire says no. And the count on Byroll, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nielsen sets himself once again and delivers. Fastball low and outside for ball 3. Count full, 3-2. Chaparral's looking for leadoff base runner here in the 5th inning. Isaiah stands back in there. And the pitch on the way, that's fouled over the screen. And Byroll stays alive at 3-2.
Please return all foul balls to concession stand for 50 cents and a chance for a bite at the
Nice ground on hand tonight at Jack Hackman Field, Marshfield, and the Everest Merchants meeting in this matchup this evening. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Isaiah Byroll. Nielsen fires again, over for a call, strike 3. Good fastball on the outside part of the plate. And Nielsen now has fanned 7 tonight. 1 down. Colin DeBoer batting for Marshfield. Colin has popped to second and doubled and scored this evening. Left-handed batter. Nielsen gets set and throws. Popped up near second base. Shortstop Zabel will call and make the play for out number 2. Now 2 down in the Chaparral's 5th. And Logan Homolka batting, the Chaparral's right fielder tonight, has walked and popped to third. He's 0 for 1. Nielsen ready. And the pitch to Homolka. Low and inside, ball 1. Everest on top, 3-1. Chaparral's batting. Bottom half of the 5th. Base is empty and 2 outs. 1 ball, no strikes on Logan Homolka. Nielsen fires once again. Big swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. NBA draft concluding last night with round 2. Milwaukee Bucks had 1 pick on that second round. No pick on the first round, but 1 on the second. 1-1 pitch to Homolka. Missed low and outside for ball, 2-1. And their choice was 6'9" forward Bogoljub Markovic. I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly, but I don't know Serbian as well as I used to. So I apologize for that. Here's a 2-1 pitch. On the again, the umpire half raised his arm, then came down again. So it's ruled outside for a ball. The count now 3-1 on Logan Homolka. Logan stands ready once again, batting left-handed. Nielsen from the stretch. Delivers, ground ball right side. Langben boots it at first base, and Logan will beat it out. Langben off the bag at first base had a play, but the ball kind of ate him up, went up his arm, and carried him towards second base, and so Homolka reaches on the error by Langben at first base. The second Everest error tonight.
Number 5, Luke Work.
Nielsen had retired 7 straight batters before that error by Langben. Luke Wirtz batting for Marshfield has an RBI single. Tonight he's also bounced to third, 1 for 2. Nielsen stays in the stretch here and delivers a swing and a miss for strike 1. Markovic played this past season for Mega MIS in the ABA. That's not the old ABA, not the Kentucky Colonels ABA. 0-1 pitch on the way, a swing and a miss, nothing in 2 on Wirtz. But that's an ABA in the Eastern European area. Team is based in Belgrade, and Markovic averaged 14 points and 7 rebounds per game as a 19-year-old. Nothing in 2 on Luke Wirtz. Nielsen gets set. Fires once again, low and outside for a ball, 1-2. He will play for the Bucks in their summer league in Las Vegas this year, but they're uncertain where he'll play next year. either in Milwaukee or he'll stash him one more year in Eastern Europe and play for that same team maybe next year. 1-2 pitch, a swing and a miss. And Wertz out on strikes to end the inning, and that's 8 strikeouts now for Josh Nielsen. In the 5th for Marshfield, no runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left. We played 5 innings, and our score is Everest 3, Marshfield 1. We'll come back to Jack Hackman Field and more baseball in just a moment.
The doctor basically said, you're going to be in a wheelchair and walking with a walker. And I'm like, what? I'm like, that's my life. That's my life story. I looked around on the internet and I found Shai at Next Step Prosthetics. And I came in and met with him, and I felt so comfortable here, so unfearful. He said, we're going to get you up and walking.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Severs to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale. We have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Don't go away. Lots of baseball tonight here on WOSQ and ZaleskiSports.com. Marshfield Chaparrals and Everest Merchants meeting in this Dairyland League contest this evening. Everest Merchants batting here in the 6th. 7, 8, 9 men due up against Marshfield right-hander Sean Bryant. Luke Wertz made the last out for Marshfield in the previous inning, so gets his catching gear back on, comes out and takes some warm-up throws from Sean Bryant. Bryant has thrown 81 pitches through 5 innings. Chaparral's a bit light on the bench tonight, only 1 guy in reserve. However, that 1 guy is Cole Hediger, the former Neilsville standout, and Cole is a pitcher, so if need be, he could come in, or some other guys on the field could come in and pitch for Marshfield this evening. Shortstop Cameron Zabel leads off the Everest 6th. Zabel has walked and bounced to second. He's 0 for 1.
Number 32, Cameron Zabel.
Zabel batting right-handed. Bryant ready. Winds and throws. On the inside corner for a called strike. Everest on top 3-1. Everest batting in the top of the 6th here at Jack Hackman Field. Now Bryant winds and throws once again. Misses high and tight for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. You're listening to Dairyland League Baseball on Sports Radio 92.3 FM, WOSQ Spencer Marshfield, and WOSQFM.com. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Breaking ball across for a called strike, 1-2. And also ZaleskiSports.com. I'm Gene Delisio at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Marshfield and Everest meeting in Dairyland League Baseball tonight. Now Bryant winds and throws 1-2. Popped foul over the screen. Count stays 1-2. Everest scored 2 in the first, 1 in the second. They've been scoreless since. We're in the 6th inning now. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Bryant fires. Bit high for a ball. 2-2. Zabel stands back in there. And Bryant fires once again. Breaking ball is across for a called strike 3. And Zabel out on strikes. That's the 3rd strikeout thrown by Bryant tonight. One man down, and standing in next, first baseman Connor Langben. He has doubled and scored and struck out tonight, 1 for 2. Hitting left-handed. Bryant gets set and throws a swing and a miss for strike 1. We talked about the Marshfield Legion baseball team playing this weekend at that tournament in Wisconsin Rapids. The Junior Legion team also with a tournament this weekend up in Antigo. 0-1 delivery. Foul back. 0-2. Marshfield facing Fond du Lac in the first round game this afternoon. Then they'll play 2 more ball games on Saturday at Antigo, facing Holman at 12:30 tomorrow and Middleton at 5:30. Bryant now throws 0-2. Popped up in the air to the third base side in foul ground, and the third baseman Siraki overruns it. Ball falls out of Andrews' reach, and so Langman stays alive at 0-2. So the Marshfield Junior Legion playing Holman at 12:30 on Saturday and Middleton 5:30 tomorrow. Both games at Crest Field in Antigo, and then one more ball game to be determined on Sunday at that Junior Legion baseball tournament in Antigo. 0-2 on Connor Langben. Bryant gets set, throws once again. Breaking ball high and away for ball. 1-2. Beautiful evening for baseball here in central Wisconsin as we watch the Chaparrals and the Everest Merchants in this one tonight. Now the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball low and inside for ball. 2-2. Langben batting left-handed. And Bryant winds and delivers once again. Lined in the gap in right center field. A long run for Homolka, and he won't get there. Goes beyond him to the warning track. And Langben to second base with his second double of the ball game.
Now batting for the Merchants,
Connor Langben has 2 doubles tonight. Everest has 6 hits in this ball game, 4 of those extra base hits. Batting for Everest is the right fielder Garrett Shoup. He has singled home a run and lined to second, 1 for 2 with a run batted in. Garrett batting left-handed. Bryant from the stretch throws outside for ball 1. Our score is Everest 3, Marshfield 1. Everest batting top of the 6th. Runner at second base and 1 out. 1 ball, no strikes on Garrett Shoup. Bryant now throws a breaking ball high. 2-0. Sean Bryant now approaching 100 pitches. We have him for 96 so far tonight. 2-0 delivery. That's line towards left field. Drops for a base hit. Langben to second to third base. He'll be held right there. Garrett Shoup singles to left field. And Everest has base runners at the corners with 1 out for leadoff man Wade Farmer. Farmer this evening has tripled and scored, fly to center, and walked. He is the leadoff man for Everest and a good scoring chance here for the Everest Merchants. Farmer batting left-handed. Bryant gets set and throws. This is down low, ball squirms away, and Shoup takes second base. Ball was in the dirt. It was blocked by the catcher, Luke Wirtz, but did carry him out in front of home plate. And so Shoup takes off, and he'll take second base on the wild pitch. The count on Farmer, 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch by Bryant. Line towards right center field. Homolka comes on quickly, gets there, dives, and makes the catch. Langben tags, and he'll score. And Shoup takes third base on the play. Good job by Logan Homolka in right field, diving for that ball in shallow right field. But once Logan went down, he was in that prone position and could not get up and make a throw to cut down Langman at home plate. So a sacrifice fly and a run batted in for Wade Farmer. The batter now is Jackson Albee, the left fielder, and he fouls one back for strike 1. Langman scores on the sacrifice fly by Farmer, and Shoup takes third base. The count on Albee is now no balls and 1 strike. Albee 0 for 2 with a walk this evening. And Bryant fires once again a big curveball high for a ball, 1-1. Everest now leads this ball game 4-1 as they bat top of the 6th. Shoup at third base and 2 outs. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jackson Albee. He has struck out, fouled out, and walked tonight, 0 for 2. Now Bryant turns. He'll go from the windup here with that man at third base and 2 outs. The 1-1 delivery. Curveball got the inside corner for a called strike. Ball and 2 strikes on Jackson Albee. Bryant sets and delivers once again. Popped up, foul ground on the first base side. Easted has a play. He'll get there and grab it for the out. And Albee fouls to Easted at first base for the second time tonight. In the 6th for Everest, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Now after 5.5 innings, our score is Everest 4 and Marshfield 1. We'll come back with more baseball in just a moment.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Join the Gross family of satisfied customers at Gross Buick in Marshfield. Come see their large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs on the Marshfield lot. Or find it at grossauto.com, and we'll have it delivered to Marshfield for your convenience. You'll love their people and state-of-the-art service department, where service guests get a free courtesy car. Top it all off with the Gross lifetime engine warranty on most vehicles. Gross Buick of Marshfield.
Grassland butter to your table.
Cape your dial right here on WOSQ and ZaleskiSports.com. For Dairyland League Baseball tonight, Marshfield Chaparral's batting in the last half of the 6th. Pitcher Sean Bryant leading off, and Sean has singled and struck out tonight. He's officially 1 for 2. Facing Everest right-hander Josh Nielsen. Nielsen working from the stretch. And he throws in the dirt for ball 1. Our score now is Everest 4, Marshfield 1. Marshfield batting in the bottom half of the 6th. Chaparral's pushed across a single run in the 3rd when DeBoer doubled and scored on a base hit by Luke Wirtz. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Nielsen fires once again. Down low for ball, 2-0. Nielsen now has surpassed 80 pitches tonight. Bryant now has thrown 102. Again, on this level, there is no pitch limit for a pitcher. 2-0 pitch is slapped towards right center field and drops for a base hit. That's Bryant's 2nd hit tonight. And the 5th this evening off Josh Nielsen. So Everest allows the base hit. Marshfield has a leadoff base runner for center fielder Preston Wagner, who has singled and struck out. 1 for 2. His base hit back in the 2nd was an infield hit. Preston batting right-handed. Bryant at first base, a very short lead. And the pitch is whacked to right field. That drops for a base hit. Cut off by Shoup, and Bryant rounding third base. On his way to third base, the throw is cut off, but there's nobody at second base. Base hit by Preston Wagner sends Bryant to third. And Preston goes to second base on the throw. That throw cut off by the shortstop Zabel, and had there been somebody at second base, Wagner likely would have been an easy out, but second baseman Fish was in shallow right field looking for a relay throw, which went by him. And so now Marshfield base runners at second and third with nobody out for Andrew Saraki. Infield is in. The pitch is down low for ball one. Everest leads this ball game 4-1. Marshfield batting in the last half of the sixth. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Infield is in. This pitch in there for a call strike, 1-1. Saraki has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1 this evening. A good scoring chance for Marshfield here in the sixth inning. Now the 1-1 delivery. Over for a called strike. 1-2. Infield in at all four stations, or at least halfway. Nielsen stays in the stretch here. And the 1-2 delivery. Missed outside for a ball. 2-2. Saraki, the number 7 man in the Marshfield batting order tonight, digs in once again. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Nielsen now has fanned 9 tonight. That brings up second baseman Al Lalakata. He has struck out and bounced to second, 0 for 2. Infield still halfway. Lalakata stands in. And Nielsen delivers. Dribbled foul behind home plate for strike 1. Major League Baseball action Sunday on Sports Radio 92.3 FM WOSQ. The Minnesota Twins and Detroit Tigers meet in Detroit on Sunday evening. Nielsen ready. 0-1 pitch. Hit foul to the first base side, 0-2. Tigers having a great season this year. Top ball club in the American League Central Division. Our broadcast begins Sunday at 5 p.m. on Sports Radio 92.3 FM WOSQ and WOSQFM.com. No balls and 2 strikes on Al Lalakata. Nielsen checks the base runners. And now fires. In there for a called strike 3. And Nielsen now with 10 strikeouts tonight. 2 men down. Marshfield first baseman Brent Eastad batting. And Brent this evening has struck out and fly to center. Chaparral's looking for a big 2-out hit. Score a couple of runs. Nielsen ready. And fires. Swung and a miss for strike 1. Everest leads at 4-1 as Marshfield bats bottom half of the sixth. Runners at second and third and 2 outs. No balls, 1 strike on Brent Eastad. Pitch on the way. Blown inside for ball, 1-1. Josh Nielsen, big right-hander on the mound for Everest tonight. Runners lead at second and third. Nielsen will check them. And now the pitch on the way. A swing and a miss. 0-2. Eastad steps out. Now back in the box. Looking to deliver right here. Ball and 2 strikes to count. And Nielsen ready once again. And now fires. Swung on and missed. Dropped by the catcher. He'll toss to first base for the out to end the inning. And Nielsen now with 11 strikeouts in this ball game. So the Chaparrals with base runners at second and third and nobody out, but they cannot score. Marshfield in the sixth. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. Our line score through 6 innings, Everest 4 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. They've left 7. For Marshfield, 1 run, 6 hits, no errors, and the Chaparrals have left 8 men on base. Back to Jack Hackman Field and more baseball following these messages.
Tired of hearing about checking account features? So are we. It's more about what you can do with your money to live the life you want. Forward Bank puts your access to everything you need in the palm of your hand. Mobile deposit, recurring digital payments, transfer funds, or pay a friend easily. Yes, our checking is free and includes all that you would expect. It's supported by your neighbors and friends at Forward, dedicated to serving our communities. Open online today at forward.bank.
Whether you need deep sleep, beauty sleep, or just need to sleep it off, Mall Furniture has a huge selection of double-sided comfort sleep mattresses. When it's time for a double, it's no trouble. You'll flip over our great prices. There's 2 great sides to this mattress story, and they're made right here in Wisconsin. It's double-sided or nothing.
Get your perfect comfort sleep mattress from Mall Furniture and Mattress, West 9th Street, Marshfield.
See you on the flip side.
That counts. Does that count? That counts. That counts. That's a win. Let's go. That counts. Are you kidding me?
Right now, back to baseball here at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Marshfield Chaparrals and Everest Merchants meeting in this matchup this evening. Everest coming to bat in the top half of the 7th, leading by 3. Sean Bryant still on the mound for Marshfield. He's thrown over 100 pitches in this ball game, but comes out for the 7th tonight.
For the Merchants, number 20, Ryan
Leadoff man for Everest is the DH Ryan Hubacek. He has driven home a run with a sacrifice fly, singled and popped a short. 1 for 2 with a run batted in. Number 3 man in the Everest batting order this evening. Bryant ready. Winds and fires. Curveball breaks across for called strike 1. Everest batting top of the 7th. They lead 4-1 in this ball game here at Jack Hackman Field tonight. Now Bryant throws 0-1. A big curveball breaks a bit low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3, 4, 5 men due up for Everest here in the 7th inning. Hubacek back in there. And now the pitch by Bryant. Slap toward shortstop. Nice hop for Byrell. He'll grab it. Throw to first base in time for out number 1. Not seeing too many ground balls hit by Everest this evening. Just the 2nd infield assist for the Marshfield Chaparrals. A Bell back in the 2nd, bounce to Malacata at second base. Otherwise, everything's been hit in the air this evening. Here's the catcher, Taylor Lemansky, batting. Hit a solo home run back in the 1st. He's also walked and flied to center. Hits one to a deep short and through the hole for a base hit. Lemansky singles to left field. That's 8 hits for the Everest Merchants tonight.
Now batting for the Merchants, number 3, Andrew Baranowski.
Everest has a 1-out base runner for third baseman Andrew Baranowski. He has twice Pop to Lalicata at second base is also fly to center. Baranowski, the number 5 man in the Everest batting order tonight, stands in. Lemansky leads at first base. Bryant working from the stretch. He delivers. Popped up in foul ground on the left side, and Wirtz has a look but has no play. Falls out of play for strike 1. Everest now leads this ball game 4-1 as they bat top of the 7th, 1 out and 1 on. No balls, 1 strike on Andrew Baranowski. Sean Bryant on the mound for Marshfield this evening. From the stretch. Runner goes, pitch is slapped toward deep short. Backhanded by Byro, but he'll have no play. All hands are safe. That's an infield hit for Baranowski. And the Merchants have base runners at first and second with only 1 out. Batting next for Everest is the pitcher Josh Nielsen, 0 for 3. He has popped to first, foul to the catcher, and fly to center. And a scoring chance here for the Everest Merchants in the 7th inning. Bryant working from the stretch. Now delivers, runner goes, and there's no throw. Throw down to second base. The race runner at second base, Lemansky took off, got to third base, and then Baranowski kind of delayed, and Wirtz bluffed him back to first. So Lemansky steals third. Baranowski holds at first. The count on Nielsen, 1 ball, no strikes. Bryant sets himself once again and delivers. Chop foul behind home plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dairyland League Baseball this evening on WOSQ and ZaleskiSports.com, brought to us by Felker Brothers Corporation of Marshfield. The complete combination in stainless steel piping products, pipe, tube, fittings, and custom fabrication. This ball lined to the left field line, that falls for a base hit. Lemansky scores, Baranowski stops at second base. RBI single for Josh Nielsen gives Everest a 5-1 lead.
Now batting for the Merchants, your new batter, number 32.
So Lemansky scores on the play. Baranowski stops at second base. 3 straight hits for Everest here with 1 out in the 7th. The shortstop Cameron Zabel now batting. And first pitch to Zabel is down low for ball 1. It's Everest 5, Marshfield 1. Everest batting in the top of the 7th. Base runners at first and second, and only 1 out. 1 ball, no strikes on Cameron Zabel. Bryant throws once again, breaking ball high for ball. 2-0. Once again, many options for Coach Luke Wirtz tonight, with only 1 man on the bench this evening. The 2-0 pitch on the way. Up and in for ball 3. 3-0. Everest now on top by 4, looking to expand that lead right here. 3 balls, no strikes to count. Here's the pitch. That's a breaking ball, a bit inside for ball 4. And that will load the bases. Bases loaded, only 1 out. For first baseman Connor Langben is having a good night with 2 doubles and a strikeout. He's also scored twice. Bryant from the windup. Sets and delivers. Low and inside and to the screen. And Baranowski will score on the play. Baranowski is in. On the wild pitch charge to Bryant, his second tonight. And I think they're going to rule that a hit by pitch. That is going to be the call. The umpire rules that actually Langben hit by the pitch. So he gets an RBI in the play. Lemansky scores, or Baranowski scores rather. Nielsen to third. Nielsen takes third base. Zabel to second. Langben to first. Garrett Shoup now batting. With the bases loaded, still only one out. Pitch by Nielsen. On the outside corner for a called strike. Count on Shoup, 1 ball, 1 strike. He digs in once again. Nielsen working from the windup. Gets set and delivers. In the dirt, blocked by Wirtz for a ball. The count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Everest now on top 6-1 as they bat here in the top half of the 7th. Base hit here could really break this one open for the Everest Merchants. Shoup stands back in there. And Nielsen winds and delivers, or Bryant winds and delivers. Ground ball to shortstop. Byral goes to Lalakata for 1 on to first base late. A run scores, and Everest now leads 7-1. So Nielsen scores on the fielder's choice.
Number 26, Wade Farmer.
Zabel takes third base. Langben forced at second base for out number 2. And Shoup at first base. For center fielder Wade Farmer, he has tripled and scored. Fly to center, walked into the sacrifice fly. Farmer batting left-handed, digs in. Bryant working from the stretch here. Breaking ball high and outside, ball 1. So Everest has scored 3 here in the 7th. They now lead 7-1 as they bat in the 7th. Bases loaded and 2 outs. 1 ball, no strikes on Wade Farmer. Bryant throws once again. Up and away for a ball, 2-0. Bryant now over 120 pitches tonight. 2-0 delivery. Ground ball right side and through the hole for a base hit. Zabel will score. And Shoup stomps at second base. RBI base hit for Wade Farmer. That gives Everest an 8-1 lead. So Zabel is in. Shoup stomps at second base on the play. Eleven hits in this ball game for Everest. Jackson Albee batting, the 9th man to bat this inning. Loops one to shallow right field, but grabbed by the second baseman Lalakata to end the inning. Everest in the 4th scores 4 runs.
All right, folks, here we go once again.
On 5 hits.
For the numbers.
No Marshfield errors, a walk, a hit batter, and 2 men left on base. We've now played 6.5 innings, and our score is Everest 8 and Marshfield 1. We'll come back with more baseball in just a moment.
Founded in 2011, Marshfield Fast Pitch is a competitive fast-pitch softball club. Players range in age from 7 to 18 years old. They consist of girls from central Wisconsin and headquartered in Marshfield. Throughout the year, teams compete in tournaments locally, around the state, and nationally. During the winter, practices, lessons, and clinics are held at our indoor facility. 2025 tryout registration is happening now. Go to marshfieldfastpitch.com to get started.
I got referred to the orthodontist and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here and he was very happy with a smile. I'd recommend Bruce Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
You're listening to Dairyland League Baseball this evening on WOSQ and ZaleskiSports.com. Isaiah Byro leads off the Marshfield 7th. 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. He's also bounced to third. Josh Nielsen throwing for Everest tonight from the stretch. And he delivers here on the inside corner for a called strike one. Everest now leads this ball game 8-1 as Marshfield bats in the bottom half of the seventh here at Jack Hackman Field. Byro, the leadoff man for Marshfield tonight. Nielsen throws 0-1. Breaks outside for ball, 1 strike. Everest has really kind of broken things open here with a single run in the sixth, now 4 more in the seventh. 1-1 delivery. Chop towards shortstop. Big hop for Zabel. He'll come up, throw to first base, and just in time for out number 1. Zabel had to wait on that ball, a high hopper out towards shortstop. And shows a strong arm by gunning down Byro for out number 1. The left fielder Colin DeBoer now batting for Marshfield. Colin has doubled and scored. Pop to third, pop to short. 1 for 3. Colin batting left-handed. And the pitch by Nielsen. Line to left field for a base hit. DeBoer goes the opposite way and wraps a single to left field. His second hit tonight. 6 hits for Marshfield this evening. Chaparrals have a leadoff base runner for right fielder Logan Hamolka, who has walked, reached base on an error, and also popped to third. 0 for 2. Nielsen ready. And he throws over for a called strike 1. You're listening to Dairyland League Baseball on Sports Radio 92.3 FM, WOSQ, Spencer Marshfield, and WOSQFM.com. 0-1 pitch, dribbled foul behind home plate, 0-2. And also ZaleskiSports.com. I'm Gene Delisio at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Marshfield and Everest meeting in this Dairyland League Baseball matchup tonight. Hamolka back in there, no balls and 2 strikes. Nielsen taking a long look at catcher Taylor Lemansky for that sign. Now he gets what he likes. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Got the outside corner for a called strike 3. That's 12 strikeouts now for Josh Nielsen. 2 men down, and Luke Wirtz batting. Marcia, catcher and cleanup man, has an RBI base hit tonight. He's also bounced to third and struck out. Dairyland League Baseball on WOSQ and ZaleskiSports.com, a service of Astor Assisted Living Center on Chestnut Avenue in Marshfield. The very best assisted living, convenient, comfortable, and secure lifestyle. Visit AstorSeniorCommunities.com. Luke Wirtz digs in, Marshfield cleanup man tonight. The pitch by Nielsen on the inside corner for a called strike 1. Luke, the Marshfield playing manager, catcher tonight, cleanup hitter. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Backs him away for a ball, 1 strike. Also our pregame show guest on WOSQ this evening, talking about the Chaparral baseball team this year. 1 strike to count. Next pitch breaks low and inside, bounds away, and DeBoer towards second base, now goes back to first base, and just beats the throw from the catcher Lemansky to first baseman Langben. Count on Wirtz now 2-1. Luke digs in once again, and Nielsen throws, bit low for a ball. Count 3-1. Chaparrals might be approaching their 50th anniversary. Just thought about that. Tom Krause began the program back in the late 70s. Here's the 3-1 delivery. Line on the left field line, drops for a base hit. DeBoer to second base, heading for third. Now he'll go back with the play in front of him, as left fielder Jackson Albee gets that ball in quickly. Luke Wirtz has his second hit tonight.
Now batting for the Chaparrals.
And the Chaparrals have base runners at first and second with 2 outs. For the pitcher, Sean Bryant, he has 2 singles tonight and has also struck out. So a scoring chance for Marshfield here in the 7th inning. Chaparrals need some runs. They're down by 7. Keep in mind, again, this is a 9-inning ball game this evening. Josh Nielsen from the stretch. Sets and throws. Half swing, and pitch is ruled ball 1. It's Everest 8, Marshfield 1. Marshfield batting, home half of the 7th. 2 out, 2 on. 1 ball, no strikes on Sean Bryant. There is action, by the way, in the Everest bullpen. Pitch by Nielsen. Popped up on the right side, right at the first baseman Langben. He'll glove it to end the inning. And the Chaparrals threaten, but they do not score here in the 7th. Marshfield with no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We've now played 7 innings, and our score is Everest 8 and Marshfield 1. More baseball coming up in just a moment.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC, and I am standing in our all-new Express Lane. Open now, no appointment necessary. Stop on in and get things like oil changes, filters, quick lubes. No appointment necessary. See you soon.
The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's Fat Bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net.
We're following Dairyland League Baseball tonight from Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Marshfield and Everest meeting in this matchup this evening. And Sean Bryant coming out to the mound for Marshfield to begin his 8th inning, even though Sean has now thrown 124 pitches in this ball game. So he's going to have a good rest tonight. But his ball club down by 7. And again, with a 10-man roster tonight, the Chaparrals don't want to burn through a lot of pitching, especially with a ball game up in Minocqua on Sunday. So Sean Bryant says he'll come out and pitch the 8th inning. And he'll face the 3, 4, 5 men for Everest here in the 8th. Nice evening for baseball, and thanks to Phil Hiller and the folks at Hiller's True Value Hardware for coming down here and supplying some flags for us, leading the pregame entertainment as well. The kids run the bases before the ball game. Phil, in fact, ran along with them. So that was good to see. Phil's still in great shape. Going to run those bases pretty quickly. Everest batting, top of the 8th. DH Ryan Hubacek batting. Ryan has a sacrifice fly, single, popped to short, and bounced to short. 1 for 3 with a run batted in. Sean Bryant winds and delivers. Across for a called strike 1. It's Everest 8, Marshfield 1. Everest batting, top of the 8th here at Jack Hackman Field. 0-1 on Ryan Hubacek. And Bryant throws once again. High fly ball to center field. Preston Wagner drifts into right center, gets there, makes the catch for the out. Once again, lots of fly balls tonight on both sides. We've had very few ground ball outs in this ball game.
Now batting for the Merchants, number 27, Taylor Lemansky.
Catcher Taylor Lemansky batting for Everest. He is 2 for 3 with a single, a home run, a walk, 2 runs scored. Bryant delivers here, over for a called strike 1. Once again on Sunday, ZaleskiSports.com will televise from that Wisconsin Rapids American Legion baseball tournament. Here's the pitch on the way, in the dirt for a ball. 1-1. They'll have the Marshfield game with Menominee at 11 a.m. And also Rapids and Appleton at 1:30 on Sunday. Next pitch across for a called strike, 1-2. Also on ZaleskiSports.com on Sunday, the Plover Legion facing Ashwaubenon in a doubleheader at Plover starting at 12 noon. Now the 1-2 delivery. Slap towards right field for a base hit. 3 hits for Taylor Lemansky tonight. 12 hits for the ball game for the Everest Merchants.
Number 3, Andrew.
And third baseman Andrew Baranowski batting. He has singled and scored, twice popped to second, and once fly to center. 1 for 4 on the evening. Lemansky a short lead at first base. Pitch from Bryant, high and tight for ball 1. It's Everest 8, Marshfield 1. Everest batting top of the 8th, 1 out and 1 on. 1 ball, no strikes on Andrew Baranowski. Pitch by Bryant, a swing and a miss. 1-1. Also on Sunday, on ZaleskiSports.com, the Chaparrals and the Everest Merchants with a rematch in Schofield, starting at 1:30. Now the 1-1 delivery. That's fouled off the mask of our plate umpire. Came right back, hit him square in the mask. And he didn't move. He takes it like a true champion. Says he's okay. Count on Baranowski, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bryant working from the stretch. Lemansky edges at first base. Toss to first base, and Lemansky is thrown out. Our base umpire calls Lemansky out of first base. He went in standing up rather than diving back in. He was leaning towards second base, and Bryant saw that, tossed over, and Lemansky went back in standing up. And the pitch to Baranowski on the way, over for a called strike 3 to end the inning. That's 4 strikeouts tonight for Sean Bryant. So Everest at the 8th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, they leave 1. We head to the bottom half of the 8th inning with Everest leading Marshfield 8-1. And back with more baseball in just a moment.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield has tasty char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between. Check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See Chips' complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream, all served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield. Be a champ and have a chipperific day.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Marshfield and Everest tonight, Dairyland League Baseball from Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Chaparrals hitting last half of the 8th, down by 7. Josh Nielsen, 109 pitches so far tonight. Has allowed 1 run on 7 hits. Walked 2 and struck out 12 Marshfield batters so far this evening. Beautiful evening for baseball here. A good crowd on hand tonight watching Dairyland League Baseball.
Now pitching for the Merchants, number 18, Jared Huxtra.
And we understand now Everest is changing pitchers. And Jared Huxtra will take over on the mound for Everest, replacing Josh Nielsen. Jared Huxtra, the new pitcher. So Nielsen goes 7 innings, allowed 1 run, it was earned. Gave up 8 hits, walked 2, struck out 12.
Now letting for the Chaparrals, number 23, Preston Wagner.
Leadoff man for Marshfield here in the 8th. Center fielder Preston Wagner, he has singled twice and struck out. One of his hits, an infield hit. Hextra working from the windup, throws inside for ball 1. Everest leads this ball game 8-1. Marshfield batting last half of the 8th here at Jack Hackman Field. Hextra now throws 1-0. Outside for ball, 2 balls, no strikes. Lots of fans still down here at the ballpark watching the ball game this evening between Marshfield and Everest. Here is the 2-0 delivery. Breaking ball up and in for ball 3. 3-0. Chaparrals need base runners. They're down by 7 as they bat here in the 8th. Now the 3-0 delivery. Over for a call and strike, 3-1. Josh Nielsen mighty tough on the mound for the Everest Merchants in this ball game. 12 strikeouts tonight. Next pitch breaks across for a call and strike, and the count on Wagner full, 3-2. Marshfield had some chances, left 2 on base in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th. Hextra throws again, popped up on the left side. The shortstop Baranowski will now give way to shortstop Zabel. He'll grab it for the out. Wagner pops up for out number 1.
Now batting for the Chaparrals, number 18, Andrew Siraki.
Andrew Siraki, batting for Marshfield, has walked and twice struck out. He's 0 for 2. Flag is limp in right center field. Not had much breeze in this ball game this evening. Siraki stands in. And Hextra winds and throws. Popped foul to the screen for strike 1. On this date back in 1959, Major League Baseball announced voting for the All-Star game. Back then, the players did the voting for the All-Star ball players. Hextra winds, throws once again, breaking ball in the dirt. 1-1, and for the first time, a player was chosen unanimously for an All-Star berth, and that was Hank Aaron of the Milwaukee Braves. 1-1 on Siraki. Pitch by Hextra. Breaking ball a bit high for ball, 2-1. Hank Aaron, the first player to receive a unanimous vote for an All-Star berth on this date back in 1959. 2-1 pitch, curveball high and tight for ball 3. 3-1. And at some point in the 70s, the All-Star voting went back to the fans. 3-1 delivery. That rides high for ball 4. And Siraki draws a base on balls. All-Star voting had been in the fans' hands, I guess, up until 1957 or 58, when the fans from Cincinnati stuffed the ballot box and chose 6 or 7 Reds for the All-Star game. Second baseman Al Alicata now batting for Marshfield. First pitch down low, bounds away, and Siraki takes second base. That's a wild pitch. And the count on Lalicata 1-0 with Siraki at second base. Everest leads this ball game 8-1 as Marshfield bats. Bottom half of the 8th. Siraki at second base and 1 out. There was 1 year, 57-58, when Cincinnati made a very public campaign to get their fans to vote heavily for the Reds players, and consequently about 6 or 7 Reds were chosen for the All-Star team. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Popped up on the first base side in foul ground. Langben will have no play, can't get there in time. The count now 1-1, and baseball didn't like that, so the National League stepped in and they arbitrarily chose a couple of other ball players to fill in for the Reds players who were chosen, who they didn't feel were deserving. And the next year, instead, the players took over the All-Star voting. Stayed that way for about 10 or 12 years until the fans went back to it back in the late 60s or early 70s. 1-1 pitch to Lalicata. Hits him in the shoulder, I believe. Yes, it did. Lalicata hit by the pitch. And Marshfield has base runners at first and second for first baseman Brent Eastad. Brent has struck out twice tonight and also flied to center, 0 for 3. And now, of course, teams make no bones about promoting voting for their ball players. They urge you to vote for their guys early and often. Eastad steps in. Pitch by Hextra. Breaks across for a called strike 1. So things have changed somewhat in baseball. No balls, 1 strike on Brent Eastad. Hextra gets set. Throws once again. Over for a called strike, 0-2. Scoring chance for Marshfield here in the 8th. 2 men on base, only 1 out. 0-2 on Brent Eastad. And Hextra delivers once again. Line towards right field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Siraki to third base, and he'll stop right there. Brent Eastad singles to right to load the bases. So a good scoring chance here for Marshfield in the 8th. Siraki to third base. Lalicata to second. Eastad to first. And leadoff man Isaiah Byral is batting. Isaiah is 0 for 4 tonight. 2 strikeouts, 2 groundouts. Hextra going from the stretch here. Making ball up and in for ball 1. Everest on top 8-1. Marshfield batting in the last half of the 8th, but the base is loaded, only 1 out. 1 ball, no strikes on Isaiah Byral. Pitch on the way. Ground ball down the third base side. Comes to the shortstop. He'll go to second base for 1. That's all they'll get. Ball got by the third baseman, Baranowski, but Zabel at shortstop makes the play. And throws out Eastad at second base for out number 2. On the play, Siraki scores. So Byral gets an RBI in the play. Lalicata takes third base, and Byral at first base on the fielder's choice. Colin DeBoer now batting for Marshfield. 2 for 4 with a single and a double. He lines one deep but foul to the right field line for strike 1. It's now Everest 8, Marshfield 2. As Marshfield bats in the last half of the 8th. Runners at first and third and 2 outs. No balls, 1 strike on Colin DeBoer. Hextra going from the stretch. He now delivers once again. High fly ball to right center field. Shoup goes way back. Called off by the center fielder Farmer, and he'll grab it in deep right center field to end the inning. Hit well by DeBoer, but tracked down by Wade Farmer to retire the side. Marshfield in the 8th, 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, a walk, a hit batter, 2 men left on base. We head now to the 9th inning with Everest leading Marshfield 8-2. And more baseball coming up following these messages.
From humble beginnings in 1904, The Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
Marshfield, you can.
Thanks for joining us for baseball action tonight. You're listening to Dairyland Lake Baseball on Sports Radio 92.3 FM, WOSQ, Spencer, Marshfield, and WOSQFM.com, as well as ZaleskiSports.com. I'm Gene Delisio at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. We head to the ninth inning. Everest batting, leading by 6. And new pitcher Jared Huckstra will bat for the first time.
Number 18, Jared Huckstra.
Huckstra replacing Josh Nielsen on the mound. Nielsen was 1 for 4 with a single, a run scored and a run batted in. Sean Bryant still out there for Marshfield. Winds and throws, a swing and a miss for strike 1. Everest leads this ball game 8-2 as the Merchants bat in the top half of the ninth inning. Extra back in there. And the pitch by Bryant. Got the inside corner called strike, 0-2. This is a 3-1 ball game through the 5th. And Everest scored 1 in the 6th and 4 more in the 7th. Bryant gets set and delivers. Half swing. And that's ruled too low for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, quite a job tonight by Sean Bryant, even though he's the pitcher of record on the losing side. He now throws 1-2, high for a ball, 2-2, and that by our count, now 138 pitches for Bryant tonight. So he's done quite a job on the mound, at least eating up some innings for the Chaparrals this evening. Here is the 2-2 delivery. That's slapped towards left field. One hop to shortstop by Byrell. Throws across the diamond and just in time for the out. Well done by Isaiah Byrell at shortstop. Making that play at deep shortstop and then a long throw across the diamond. And Huckstra is retired for out number 1. Cameron Zabel batting for the Everest Merchants. Zabel tonight has bounced to second, walked, struck out, walked again. 0 for 2, he scored 2 runs. Bryant winds and delivers. High and tight for ball 1. We talked earlier about the Milwaukee Bucks grabbing Bojalub Markovic with their first pick in the NBA draft last night on the 2nd round. Next pitch high and tight for ball, 2-0. 2 ball players from Wisconsin drafted last night. 1, Cam Jones of Marquette, chosen 38th overall by Indiana. Here is the 2-0 delivery. A big swing and a miss. 2-1. Jones played 4 years of college basketball at Marquette. Averaged 15 points per game. 37% from three-point range. Pitch on the way. Across for a called strike, 2-2. And averaged 19 points per game for Marquette last season. Also, John Tanji, who played last year for Wisconsin, chosen 53rd overall by Utah. The 2-2 delivery in the dirt for ball 3. 3-2 on Zabel. Tanji played 4 years of college basketball at Colorado State, 1 year at Missouri, then last season at Wisconsin, averaging 20 points per game for the Badgers last season. Now the 3-2 pitch pops straight up. And Wirtz behind home plate has a play near the backstop, and he overruns it. So Zabel stays alive at 3-2. Once again, that's a play that's very hard for any player on the amateur level, high school or even on this level. That ball hits straight up over your head. There is so much backspin on that baseball. Very hard for that ball player to backpedal and make that play. Zabel back in there. The count stays 3-2. Bryant ready, winds and throws. Fly ball to center field. Preston Wagner drifts over towards right center, and he'll make the play for the out. Zabel flies out for out number 2. Connor Langben now batting for Everest. Langben is 2 for 3, 2 doubles, 2 runs scored. He's also struck out and been hit by a pitch with the bases loaded for 2 for 3 with a run batted in tonight, hitting left-handed. And Bryant delivers up and in for ball 1. Everest leads this ball game 8-2 as the Merchants bat in the top of the 9th. Bases empty and 2 outs. 1 ball, no strikes on Connor Langben. And Bryant throws once again. Going outside for a ball, 2-1, or 2-0 rather. Dairyland League Baseball this evening from Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield. Marshfield and Everest tonight. Next pitch on the way. That's been outside for a ball, 3-0. 3-0 on Cameron Zabel. Bryant throws, and outside, ball 4. And Langben walks on 4 pitches. Bryant now has walked 6 tonight.
Now batting for the Merchants, number 8.
Noah Shimolewski will bat for Everest in place of Garrett Shoup. Noah Shimolewski batting left-handed takes a pitch down low for ball 1. Shoup stationed in right field. 2 for 4, 2 singles, and 2 RBIs tonight. Now Shimolewski batting for Everest. The pitch by Bryant. Whacked towards second base. Lalacata will get a nice hop and flip to Byro for the force play at second base to retire Langben and end the inning. In the 9th for Everest. No runs, no hits, no errors, a walk, and 1 left. We head down to the bottom half of the 9th inning with Everest leading Marshfield 8-2. And more baseball coming up following these messages.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken has been voted best pizza in Marshfield 16 years in a row. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken is ready for your call now. Choose drunken chicken, BLT, western, mac and cheese, sweet chili chicken, and more. Plus, Scotty's has broasted chicken, fish sandwiches, salads, and desserts. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715-384-8118 and scottyspizza.com.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
And after the
Grab one of them, and we're not going to tell you who yet, but we have $229 coming to somebody.
Dairyland League Baseball this evening from Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield.
Oh, I'm sorry, this one's red.
Everest changing pitchers once again. Garrett Shoup comes in to pitch for the Everest Merchants.
All right, this one starts with a 7-1-7.
Huckstra went 1 inning. Allowed 1 run on 1 hit, walked 1, hit 1, threw 1 wild pitch. And now Garrett Shoup takes over for the ninth.
7-1-7-1-2-9-8.
And Shemiluski goes to right field for Everest.
Make some noise or I'm going to put this money in my pocket. 7-1-7-1-2.
Leadoff man for Marshfield in the ninth. Right fielder Logan Homolka swings and misses for strike one. It's Everest 8, Marshfield 2. Marshfield batting last half of the ninth here at Jack Hackman Field. 0-1 on Logan Homolka. Officially 0 for 3 with a walk this evening. Takes one outside for ball, 1 ball, 1 strike. Tight ball game this evening, 3-1. In fact, 4-1 through 6th, and Everest scored 4 in the 7th to put the ball game away. Next pitch, a big swing and a miss. 1-2. Shoup throwing pretty hard after an inning of Hextra, who threw lots of soft stuff. Shoup's quite a change for these Marshfield batters. Ball and 2 strikes on Logan Homolka. Shoup from the stretch throws once again, pop foul over the screen. Stays 1-2. 3-4-5 men due up for Marshfield here in the ninth inning. Homolka back in there, batting left-handed. Open stance. 1-2 pitch on the way. And way inside for ball, 2-2. Chaparral scored 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 8th for their 2 runs. Colin DeBoer has a single and a double tonight. And Luke Wirtz 2 singles and a run batted in for Marshfield. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Logan Homolka. Shoup stays in the stretch here. Now ready, and he delivers. Fouled back. Count stays 2-2. Logan Homolka, former college ball player, had good success at UW Stevens Point. Stands back in there. Shoup gets that sign from Taylor Lemansky. And now throws 2-2. And a bit high and outside for ball. The count now full 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. And Shoup fires once again, chop back over the mound. Fish at second base will backhand it, throw to first base quickly and just in time. Well done by second baseman Tom Fish. For the Everest Merchants, that's out number 1 on that high hopper over the mound. Luke Wirtz batting, Marshfield catcher tonight. 2 singles and a run batted in. Officially 2 for 4 on the evening. By the way, Sean Bryant went all 9 innings for Marshfield tonight. 151 pitches for Sean in that ball game this evening. Wirtz digs in against Garrett Shoup. And Shoup delivers here. Across for called strike 1. By the way, Dairyland League Baseball on Sunday. Marshfield Chaparral's back in action Sunday with a ball game at Minocqua Sunday at 1:30. Now the 0-1 delivery. Over for called strike, 0-2. Also on Sunday, the Pittsfield River Bandits play at Westboro. Game time for that ball game Sunday at 1:30. 0-2 on Luke Wirtz. And Shoup throws once again outside for ball, 1-2. And also on Sunday, the Abbotsford Merchants play at Whittlesea. Game time for that contest, 1:30. So the Chaparrals, the River Bandits, and the Abbey Merchants all in action Sunday afternoon. Ball and 2 strikes on Luke Wirtz. And Shoup delivers. One outside for ball, 2-2. The Chaparrals ball game at Everest on Sunday will be televised on ZaleskiSports.com Sunday at 1:30. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. And Shoup fires once again. High hopper, third base side, and rolls foul. Baranowski charges and grabs it, but it rolls foul. And Wirtz comes back with a 2-2 count. Luke Wirtz, manager, catcher, cleanup man tonight. Has kind of done it all for the Chaparrals. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Shoup from the stretch throws once again outside for ball 3. And the count full, 3-2. Garrett Shoup, the third Everest pitcher tonight. The win here we go to Josh Nielsen, who went the first 7 tonight. Shoup gets set, and the full count pitch. Chop foul behind home plate. Count stays 3-2. And I believe they're going to rule Shoup out, Wirtz out. Looked like that ball was fouled back, but apparently not. Apparently he popped away from the catcher, Lemansky, and he tagged out Wirtz for the out. That's out number 2, and the batter now is Sean Bryant, the Marshfield pitcher. Sean 2 for 4 this evening, 2 singles tonight. Shoup delivers here, low and outside, ball 1. Everest on top 8-2. Chaparrals batting last half of the 9th. Bases empty and 2 outs. Now the 1-0 delivery. A swing and a miss. Shoup throwing the ball pretty hard here. Gets ready and fires again. Across for a called strike. And the count on Bryant, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Garrett Shoup trying to wrap up this win for the Everest Merchants right here. Sets himself and delivers. Misses down low for a ball. 2-2. Everest leads by 6 as Marshfield bats in the last half of the 9th inning. Bryant stands back in there. Shoup taking his time, now gets set. Pitch on the way outside for a ball. Long night for Sean Bryant, over 150 pitches on the mound for Marshfield this evening. But the Chaparrals a bit short-handed, so didn't have many options on the mound, so Sean went out there, inning after inning, and did a good job for the Chaparrals tonight. Stands back in there. And Shoup fires once again. A swing and a miss, and that ends the ball game. Marshfield in the 9th. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. Our final score this evening, the Everest Merchants 8 and the Marshfield Chaparrals 2. We'll have a full recap on our postgame report in just a moment.
Courtesy of our broadcaster club.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fure, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Keflatiri, Kefla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's cheese, pizza cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.